All-Star game and the weekend. 4-team tournament, new format, and you know what? No LeBron James. Didn't play in his first All-Star game since 2004. Kenny's young stars taking on Chuck's global stars. First team to 40 wins, and look at Wemby. Wemby's like, look, I'm blocking stuff. I'm playing hard.
You ain't getting that over Stretch Armstrong.
Not at all.
Not in Mama's house.
Later, Tyler Hero misses the three. Albert Şengün grabs the board. Darius Garland, Jalen Williams.
Get up on that trampoline, Mr. Williams.
Young stars led by one, 27-26. Later, though, it's the global stars up 5, Nikola Jokic to Wemby.
Man, Wemby almost touched the top of the backboard.
2 7-footers going up high there. Now, global stars up 7. Looking to put the game away. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the dunk, and SGA had 12. Global stars win this one 41-32. So now, after the game, though, Draymond Green was asked about the new All-Star game format, and let's just say he didn't hold back.
You work all year to be an All-Star, and you get to play up to 40, and then you're done. Also, we can watch some rising stars. We're about to watch the Olympic team. Now we get the treat of watching the Olympic team play against a U19 team. Come on, what are we doing? This is ridiculous.
Scale of 1 to 10, your thoughts of the format?
10 being the best.
Yes.
A 0. Sucks. Same basketball.
Tell me what you really think. You heard Draymond's reaction. Perk, what was your reaction to it?
That Draymond tripping. It wasn't a 0. I would probably gave it a 6. But look, at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, how did we get to this point? And I also heard Draymond talk about how the court is a sacred place and you have to earn to be there. Well, was it a sacred place 2-3 years ago to get us to this point? And that's the thing, right? These guys have gotten us to this point by not going for it, not putting forth the effort and playing hard and making Adam Silver have to make adjustments, right? And then another thing, Steph Curry was part of this process, and I know one damn thing, people could say what they want about the format, right? This was the first time that it happened. I get all that. People are going to have their suggestions, their brilliant ideas, but at the end of the day, I watched the OGs play against the rising stars, and I watched them slide those puppies because they did not want to lose to those guys. So look, is it room for improvement? Absolutely. But it's also the word of accountability of why did we have to change the format? And that was because of the lack of energy and not taking the All-Star game serious, which comes on ownership of the damn players.
Yeah, that's interesting because Charles Barkley made that point. He said, here's Draymond criticizing it, but it's your generation of players are the reason why we had to change the format. Bobby, what was your reaction?
I love when players have selective amnesia as far as what happened the last 2 or 3 years. And I agree with Perk here. The reason why we're tinkering with the format is based on what happened the last 2 or 3 years. I will give Draymond partial credit for his response here. I didn't like the format, and I agree with him there. When we see more of Dalton Knecht and Zach Edey than we do more of Jalen Brunson and Darius Garland and Cade Cunningham, the players that were named all-stars here. So I get it to that point. I understand where he was coming from. But as I said, and as Perk said, the reason why we're here is because what's happened the last few years.
The interesting thing to me, though, is we had a weekend where we saw the 4 nations go at it, Harry.
Yep.
And you want to talk about going at it and playing with intensity. We had 3 fights in the first 9 seconds with those guys.
Yeah, you want to boo the national anthem, USA is going to rat-a-tat-tat that ass. You see what I'm saying? And you see how serious everyone took it. And that's the point. I want the NBA to get to that point. You know what I mean? I want guys, every time you go out there on the basketball court, it's time to compete. Growing up with my brother in the household, we competed at every single thing we did. Who gonna wash the dishes the best? Who gonna take the trash out the best? And that's the way guys should do it. We should not have guys playing harder in summer basketball versus one another than they do in an all-star game. So multiple things in this situation, in my opinion, BC, can be true, right? Yes, having guys playing in an all-star game is a sacred place. Right, and you have to earn that right. But at the same time, if you're not going to go hard, you're going to water down the product, then we're going to bring these young guys in here to go against these older guys. And I agree with Big Perk. Yes, we've seen the older guys sliding their feet, playing defense a little bit more. So if that's what the commissioner, Adam Silver, has to do, then guys, you brought it upon yourself.
Yeah, let's shift gears to the second semifinal matchup. You had Candace's Rising Stars taking on Shaq's OGs here, and Steph Curry, the hometown guy, showing out. OG's up too early. Curry sizing up his teammate, Trace Jackson-Davis, shoots that three all up in his mouth.
Straight rainbow three, too.
Yes, it was. And then they're up 4. Curry with the steal. Kyrie throwing up Jaylen Brown.
A little Boston to Boston connection.
Yeah.
Old time Saints.
Kyrie, former Celtic back in the day. Then the OG's up 4, looking to win it, because it goes to 40, you win, and that's Dame time.
Dame Dollar gonna make you holler every single time.
Dame had 9, 3 of 4 from 3. Curry had 8. OGs win at 42-35. Okay, so there, LeBron did not show, announced, I should say, about an hour before the game that he was out. Arrived on Sunday. Give me your thoughts there, Perk, on the reaction to LeBron making the announcement that he's not playing an hour before the game and arriving there on Sunday.
Well, look, listen, my grandpa always used to say, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Missing the All-Star game at the age of 40 because of injury? Absolutely not. But it's how he did it. Right? And he knew that he wasn't going to play when he probably was selected to play in the All-Star game. How about giving people a heads up? Not showing up to the actual All-Star weekend, an hour before the game starts, and then all of a sudden you taken away from another guy that probably should have earned to be in the All-Star game, like a guy Norman Powell, who's averaging about 24 points right now, who's the second option on the Los Angeles Clippers. So am I mad about Braun not playing? No, I get it. He's 40. But I'm mad about how he went about it. And I'm also mad, put your damn uniform on, Braun. I mean, damn, you done messed up the whole damn picture. Put your damn uniform on. That's another thing. And it came off as him being selfish. It looked very selfish on his part, and I get it. He said, I'm looking out for self. I just wasn't rolling on how he did it, and he should have handled it in a better way.
Bobby, give me your take on how LeBron informed everyone that he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more I can say than what Perk just said, but listen, I don't recall a situation where LeBron and Anthony Edwards, two players, and we didn't realize Edwards wasn't playing until the game started, and he certainly had a groin issue. There was 2 players that did not participate, and this wasn't like a week ago when they basically gave the league a heads up here, and as Perk said, they could have both easily been replaced, and that goes back to the format. So now you've got a format where now you've got 2 guys down. You only have 8 players per team. Now you're playing with, 6 or 7? So that complicates a lot of things. So, yeah, I agree with Perk, with certainly with LeBron. Not the playing part, but certainly how the process of it.
Yeah, now let's get into the championship game. And, of course, the final matchup was Shaq's OGs, Chuck's Global Stars, Steph Curry, Jason Tatum. They outscored Team Chuck by themselves. I'm talking 27-25. The OGs took them to school. I mean, Steph hit 4 threes, won his second career All-Star MVP. And, of course, Team Shaq won 41-25. All right, Harry, give me the biggest thing you think you would like to see fixed from All-Star Week.
I think for me, and I've said this a few years ago, I want to see the international players versus the American players. That's what I want to see. Just like we have the 4 nations and you had that scuffle between the USA and the Canada and Finland's involved and the whole 9, I want to see the international player versus the American player. That's exactly what I want to see in this format.
Big Perk, what about you when it comes to this All-Star game? What would be the biggest thing you would like to see fixed?
Well, look, it's not what I want, it's what the All-Star game needs, and it has to be incentive-based, right? You got to make the pot bigger. That's the only way that you're going to see these guys today go out there and compete at a high level, and I get it. Some people will look at it and say, man, these guys making $100, $200 million contracts. I understand all that, but make it incentivized and watch guys go out there diving on the floor for loose balls and 50-50 balls and risking their body to go get that extra little lettuce. That's the only way you can fix it.
You know, that's interesting. He says that because you have Giannis who takes your part. He says, I want to see USA play the world. Meanwhile, Darius Garland says, why don't you pay the winning players $1 million? Guys will play harder.
I mean, you could probably do both things. But I think having a target score of 40, I think we're cheating the viewer of watching players play at their best, and the best versus the best. Like, I got an appetizer. I don't want an appetizer. I want steak, potatoes. I want my asparagus, and I want my damn wine.
Yeah, exactly.
I want it all.
I want it all.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to something, talking about wanting it all. How about Mac McClung? Because now you get to the dunk contest. And Mac McClung, two-time defending champion, he put on a show. Look at the dunks this young man did, jumping over cars. He beats Stephon Castle in the final round, complete his three-peat. And then, how about John Morant, some other players weighing in on social media after McClung's win. In fact, John Morant, one of the biggest dunkers in the game, tweeted, Mac might have make me want to decide. Giannis responded, if you do it, then I'll do it with you. I'm 100%. Zach LaVine, two-time winner, also responded to Morant saying, thinking I might have to do it all over again as well. Okay, Perk, give me your reaction to all of the tweets.
Boy, Mac McClung had people in their LMA, right? In their feelings. They had them in their feelings. And look, I'm happy. I'm happy that he won the dunk contest because now all of a sudden, guys could appreciate it more. Now all of a sudden, you see guys like John Morant and Giannis and Zach LaVine saying, hey, man, I want to get back out there. What? Damn, you had an opportunity. Y'all guys been, the floor has been there for y'all to get out there for the entire time. You guys have been all-stars, especially you, Giannis. Why haven't you participated? But again, this is what goes back to the format of the all-star game and what Adam Silver and the NBA is trying to pull out of the players. That's why you have the young rising stars in the game. Some guys that are hungry, some guys that would appreciate, that's going to appreciate actually being on this sacred floor or this stage. So, again, I love it that he won because it ruffled some feathers.
Yeah, do we believe him? I mean, 2009, you remember LeBron came out and said, I'm going to compete in the dunk. Never did.
My thing is, don't tweet about it, be about it. Show up and do it. I want to see Ja. I want to see Ant-Man. I want to see Giannis. I want to see Zach LaVine. And I want to see Mac McClung. But we got to give some credit to Mac McClung, man. He single-handedly saved this dunk contest the last 3 years.
Yeah.